Hello and welcome to New Mexico Rising. My name is Mandy, and here on this show, every week we interview some awesome people from around the country to bring you lifestyle tips, tricks, and more. And this week we have this.
People lost their lives, and I think it's important that we put that out. That Silicon Valley looks good on paper, but in reality, when you talk about greed and you talk about ambition, you talk about power, you talk about wealth, sometimes it's not always for the best.
After having one desk too many thrown at me, I quit my community college teaching job. I knew I needed to think outside the box to keep myself from falling back into the abyss of depression now that I didn't have the structure and focus of the classroom.
All that and more on New Mexico Rising. Here in New Mexico, we love our food just as much as we love our football. Tailgating season is here, and whether it's outside the stadium or in your own backyard, good food just makes the day even better. Joining us is celebrity chef and cookbook author Jamie Gwen with tips to make your game day menu unforgettable. Welcome, Jamie.
Thank you, Amanda. Thank you for having me. Yes, I can never decide, do I love food more than football, or is it football more than food? I think it's food.
Why do you think tailgating and homegating keep growing in popularity?
Yeah, I love that you called it both. We call it couch gating in our house because I don't really want to leave. But for sports fans, tailgating defines game day, right? The real fans know that tailgating is way more than a grill and a cooler today. It's become a lifestyle. I think what we all love about tailgating or Friday Night Lights, whatever it is that you do, it's the connection, the camaraderie of gathering friends and family all together that we all love. And it's a reason to celebrate.
Beef is always a top pick for grilling. What makes it such a game day classic?
When it comes to tailgating, you're right. There's no doubt. Beef is king. Juicy burgers sizzling on the grill, the ultimate crowd pleaser, right? Research actually shows that nearly 75% of fans say that burgers are a must when it comes to tailgating. And with lean ground beef, you get really rich flavor. You get the high quality protein that we're all in search of. You get endless topping possibilities. Burgers are simple to prep. They're quick to cook. They're guaranteed to bring home the win. I make a spicy cheeseburger slider for many reasons. I love jalapeno jack, the good quality ground beef. I'm a barbecue sauce on my burger kind of girl because I like the sweet, savory tang to complement the spicy cheese. And I like a slider because you can hold it with one hand and root on your team or high five with the other. But tailgating without nachos, that's just crazy, right? So I make an easy nacho beef dip, which is simply ground beef, queso, and salsa, but it is wildly addictive. I put it out with everything that you can dip into it. Sometimes I'll do shredded lettuce and chopped red onion like a taco bar, but proving that beef is so versatile for every game day spread. You can find information and inspiration at beefitswhatsfordinner.com, funded by the Beef Checkoff, of course.
What frozen or refrigerated foods are great to have on hand for quick air fry recipes?
Definitely. I am a frozen food fan. And as a chef, I know some people kind of nod their head to that. But I will say, I love my air fryer. The air fryer has become a game day MVP. I have a 5-year-old. Frozen food is real food. It's just frozen. And when you engage your air fryer, especially for football, you can put out a grazing board like this and feel really okay about it, right? It's simple, it's delicious, it's stress-free, it's crunchy, it's juicy, whether it's mozzarella sticks or the sweet potato puffs, or I put my Asian dumplings in the air fryer. They need a spray from your olive oil spray, and I'll tell you, they get crispy on the outside and juicy on the inside. A bevy of your favorite French fries. I mean, this is the way that you put out delicious snacks. And then I like to embellish with refrigerated tzatziki or hummus, store-bought to homemade, because everybody loves it. This inspiration can be found at easyhomemeals.com, brought to you by the National Frozen and Refrigerated Foods Association.
And to wrap it up, what are your favorite ways to round out the spread so there's something for everyone?
And that's really what it's about, Amanda. You're right? We want to please all the fans. So I think drinks and extras make the party. But I like the DIY concept, remember. So I batch my cocktails, my mocktails, even my fresh fruit punch for the kids. And I serve it in pitchers. and then everybody pours it themselves, because I really do believe that you should enjoy your party too. If you are tailgating in a parking lot, which is the trend, you don't have to have a ticket anymore. You tailgate and watch the game from the parking lot. Super fun. Don't forget hydration. Lots of water and an array of fresh fruit keeps everyone satiated. And then I think you can invest in just a couple of things for football decor that will make you a culinary hero, whether it's a runner or a piece of AstroTurf. That's how you make a stadium spread. So may the best team win, and may the food be fabulous.
And where can our viewers go if they'd like more information?
Thank you for having me, allowing me to share my passion for food. I'll see you at Chef Jamie Gwen on social. There's a football party there too.
Thanks so much for being here with us this morning.
Thank you.
September is Alopecia Awareness Month, and for the 300,000 Americans living with severe alopecia areata, it's often more than just hair loss. It can deeply affect confidence and well-being. Today, we're joined by Dr. Meena Singh, dermatologist and surgeon, along with Brandi Jones, who's been living with alopecia since she was a child, to talk about a newly approved treatment bringing new hope to patients. It's wonderful to have you both here.
Thank you so much for having us. I'm really glad to be here with Brandi as well as Sun Pharma to help raise awareness for alopecia areata.
Awesome. Dr. Singh, can you start by explaining what alopecia areata is and how it shows up in patients?
Yes, alopecia areata is a common autoimmune condition where the immune system attacks and targets hair follicles. It can lead to significant hair loss on the scalp. It can affect the facial hair, including the eyebrows and eyelashes, as well as potentially the body hair. It affects 700,000 individuals in the United States, and around 300,000 can have severe alopecia areata. In my patients, I've really noted that due to the severity of this form of alopecia, it can have a profound psychological effect on them, as it really can alter how they appear and how they kind of present themselves to the world.
And Brandi, you've lived with this condition for most of your life. What has that experience been like for you?
Yeah, I was diagnosed at an early age at 18 months. So alopecia has definitely impacted me and shaped my whole life. From very early on, I tried everything you could think of for treatments, from different shampoos and supplements and topicals and numerous prescription medications, injections. All while some of it occasionally did work, nothing was ever sustainable. And that's where the psychological impact comes in that Dr. Singh had mentioned. It impacts every part of your daily life. Takes away your self-esteem, your self-confidence. You feel like you lose your identity. You don't recognize the person in the mirror. And for a lot of people, can lead to some depression and isolation where you just don't feel like engaging in social situations.
And Dr. Singh, tell us about this new treatment option. How does it work and who might be eligible?
It's for a doctor who specializes in hair loss like myself. It's a really exciting time for us. There are new therapies called JAK inhibitors that are approved for severe alopecia areata in adults. In recent clinical trials, in some patients, they've shown fast hair regrowth in a condition that historically has had unmet needs due to ineffective therapeutic options. It's really important also just to remember that patients respond differently to therapy. If they may have had a medicine in the past that failed, it doesn't mean that there's not something that may work for them now. From a clinical perspective, to have these new effective therapeutic options in our toolbox is just really exciting. So if you're a patient that has alopecia areata and is suffering from it, I highly encourage you to reach out to your provider to learn about some of these newer therapies and options for hair regrowth.
And Brandi, what has changed for you personally since beginning treatment?
Yeah, what has changed for me is gaining back my self-confidence. For decades, after searching for decades, I no longer have to worry about unpredictable hair loss or patches showing up. While everyone's experience is different, for me with hair growth, I no longer think about the things that used to worry me, like my hair extensions falling out at work or a windy, rainy day. If I had so much loss, I was wearing a topper. Living with alopecia can be mentally difficult. And I would recommend for anybody going through this journey, don't lose hope. Talk to your provider, reach out and find out what treatment options there are for you.
And finally, where can people find more information if they'd like to learn more about this therapy?
To learn more about alopecia areata, I recommend visiting the website for the National Alopecia Areata Foundation at www.naaf.org. And as Brandi suggested, highly recommend speaking to your provider about the latest treatment options for hair regrowth.
It's been great information this morning and wonderful having you guys with us. Thank you.
Thank you so much for helping us raise awareness for alopecia areata.
Thank you so much.
You ever feel like life has boxed you in? Like change just isn't possible anymore? Author Abel proves it's never too late to start over. At 60, unemployed and battling depression, she made a bold move. She followed Bruce Springsteen's concert tour through Australia. And that trip sparked a journey of healing and reinvention that's still going strong today. Now at 71, she's a social media force with nearly 700,000 followers and her new memoir called High Hopes. And we're thrilled to have Abel with us. Welcome to the show, Anne. How are you?
Hi, Dan. Thank you so much for having me. I'm really good.
All right. So what pushed you to open up and share this story?
I wrote High Hopes because I believe that sometimes by sharing our stories with one another, we can offer each other a glimmer of hope, inspiration, and even fun. And I show in High Hopes, and I share every day with my actually 700,000 followers that it's never too late to begin to feel better, to move forward, to dream, and learn how to have fun.
And after following Springsteen's tour in Australia, how did you come back changed?
For the first time in my life, I had a positive ball of energy and a story about me that I was proud of, a story about me that I wanted to tell, and that story is now High Hopes.
And taking that leap probably wasn't very easy. What gave you the courage to actually jump in and do it?
Well, I suffer with severe depression. After having one desk too many thrown at me, I quit my community college teaching job. I knew I needed to think outside the box to keep myself from falling back into the abyss of depression now that I didn't have the structure and focus of the classroom. I'd had 3 regimens of ECT. The last one was a disaster. I was not doing that again. I needed a lifeline, and I needed it fast. Then I remembered how hopeful and alive I felt at Springsteen concerts and that he was touring in Australia in 4 months. And as I write in High Hopes, even though I hate to travel, I hate to be alone, and I hadn't known what a Springsteen was a year earlier, I booked the trip. 8 concerts, 5 cities over 26 days. I did not go on this trip to change. I went for structure and focus, but I came home a different person.
So what is it about Bruce Springsteen, his music, his presence, that kind of struck such a chord with you and keep you dancing in the dark?
In High Hopes, I showed that it wasn't only Springsteen who impacted my transformation, it was also the kindness of strangers in Australia who said positive things about me. But of course, it was also the boss. His energy, enthusiasm, and humanity make me feel like I have a chance. He makes me feel alive. His magic lifts me and my heart, soul, and mind open, and I feel things I've never experienced before. And of course, Bruce Springsteen is so much fun. I had never done the 3-letter F word fun until I went to my first Bruce Springsteen concert at the age of 59.
And Abel, you are tougher than the rest. When people read High Hopes, what do you want them to carry with them?
That it's never too late to feel better. It's never too late to move forward, to learn how to dream, and to learn how to have fun.
And finally, where can viewers go, get your book, and connect with, and maybe even connect with you online?
Anywhere books are sold, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, your local bookstore, my author website, AnneAbelAuthor.com, and you can join 700,000 followers on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook at AnneSemmaAbel.
Abel, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much.
When we walk into a school, office, or a hospital, it's easy to overlook the people working behind the scenes to keep everything clean and safe. Custodians and facility staff are there early, they stay late, and they handle the toughest jobs. With National Custodian Day coming up October 2nd, Rubbermaid is honoring their work through the Behind the Scenes of Clean campaign. Joining us is Robert Postauer, President of Commercial Products at Newell Brands. Welcome, Robert.
Thanks, Amanda. Appreciate it.
And Robert, what is Rubbermaid doing to show appreciation for custodians this year?
Yeah, this is my favorite time of year, favorite couple of weeks of the year, and where we recognize cleaning and maintenance professionals really around the world. And it's our opportunity to say thank you and honor them by having breakfast, lunch, dinner, maybe a snack, oftentimes in the middle of the night, 2 a.m., 3 a.m., at their workplace, just to say thanks. So we call it Behind the Scenes of Clean, as you mentioned, but I tell the team it's our chance to just put down the selling decks and go out and thank those who do this amazing work. So This is our fourth year. We started here in the U.S., but we've expanded globally to have these events, really around the globe. And we have some in Latin America, in Asia, in Europe, and I'm happy to say that we're going to be thanking over 20,000 custodians this year. So it's a super fun time, and we're thrilled to be a part of this great opportunity to say thanks.
Why do you think custodians are often called the unsung heroes in our communities?
Yeah, I think the campaign name says it all, right? They do this work behind the scenes. They have an enormous impact on our daily lives, as you very well know, and oftentimes we don't even realize it. So, when I come to work, the cleaning professionals are already there. When I leave work, they're oftentimes cleaning the door or cleaning the floor when I leave. So they're hard workers. When I get to my office, the trash can is magically empty. The bathrooms are restocked. The floors are cleaned, as I said. And this is the group that really does it behind the scenes.
What kinds of tools or products help make their jobs easier?
Yeah, I think, just respecting their workplace is one thing we could do. Pick up after, sounds intuitive, Amanda, but picking up after ourselves, I think, makes their day more productive. So that's a tip I would share. The second thing is, to your point, we make a lot of products at Rubbermaid that help support these custodians every single day. So we have a wide array of products, and our innovation is really squarely focused on safety and efficiency, just to make their day as productive as possible. So we offer things like refuse. It's a fancy way of saying trash cans, like the pink trash can, brute trash can I have behind me. We have commercial cleaning products, the yellow mop buckets that you see occasionally. We have mops and brooms and microfiber as well. And then finally, we have material handling products, which are big and bulky products like tilt trucks or platform trucks that help haul the refuse from one point to another.
And I like that you've multi-purposed that trash can into a planter there. I like it. It looks great.
Beautiful, isn't it? Yeah.
So how can we all support and celebrate custodians, not just on Custodian Day, but all year?
Yeah, I think it's a great question. I think you're doing your part already just by allowing us to bring attention to the day itself. So if we could pin that on our calendar annually, just as a formal day to recognize, or week to recognize custodians, I think that's a start. But really slowing down and just acknowledging a simple thank you for their work goes a heck of a long way. So I talked a little bit about it as well, but just respecting their workplace and pitching in if you can, where you can, I think helps a lot. And then I know we have a lot of birthdays that we celebrate in our break room, and a lot of milestones for our coworkers, which is always very important. But knowing your custodian's name and knowing their birthday and celebrating these big milestones with them, I think goes a heck of a long way. So those are a few tips that I think we could do throughout the year.
Those are great tips. And I think more break room birthdays means more break room cake. So that's good too.
That's exactly right. It's a win-win, really.
Yeah. Robert, thanks so much for being here. Where can viewers go for more details?
Yeah, thanks for asking. I think rubbermaidcommercial.com is the best place to go to learn a little bit about the event that we're calling Behind the Scenes of Clean, and then a little bit about our company, of course, and the products we represent as well.
It's been great having you today, Robert. Thank you.
Thanks, Amanda.
Ever wonder what the secrets lie behind Silicon Valley's billionaire dreams? Sometimes ambition and power can take a dark turn. The new true crime series, The Tech Bro Murders, is now airing on ID, uncovering some shocking cases from the heart of the tech world. So joining us is retired Palo Alto police detective Sandra Brown, who brings decades of firsthand experience to some of these investigations. Welcome to the show, Sandra. How are you, my friend?
Hey, Dan, calm down on the decades now. Okay, you're aging me.
Hey, I'm just trying. I know you've been doing things for a very long time, and you have a new series out, which is kind of exciting. What drew you to be part of the Tech Bro Murders?
I would tell you, I worked for the city of Palo Alto, which is the gateway to Silicon Valley early on back in the 70s and the 80s. Remember, that's where Hewlett Packard started, a lot of these companies. And even today, the icons of Silicon Valley, Google and Facebook, they live in the city when their compounds and their protection and their security guards, Apple, all that stuff. The people live there in Palo Alto. And so I worked a case back in 1998 that we got contacted by a production company if we really wanted to talk about it. And I was like, yes, I want to talk about this case. And so we produced a series, a 3-episode series called The Tetris Murders that came out in December 5th, 2022. After that was done, it was such a success. People were so interested in it. And if you remember the Tetris game, came out. So when we finished that, I got a call from the production company and asked me, would you want to do some more? And I'm like, no, I'm retired. I'm not doing anything. So sure. So we finished at the beginning of this year, 6 episodes called The Tech Bro Murders. Now, the term tech bro goes way back to the beginning of those icons that started the tech boom in Silicon Valley in California, right? These people are multimillionaires. Some of them are still there. Some of them made it. Some of them didn't. And that's probably where people need to understand. They have this idea that if you can make it in Silicon Valley, your world is going to be perfect. This series lets you know that the grass is not greener on the other side. And so it really brings 6 cases where these people were involved in tech. They made money, they were doing well, but sometimes their lives ended. Sometimes people were killed. And, I think armchair detectives who are sitting at home are going to enjoy this series.
Sandra, you're not supposed to be working when you're retired.
Let me tell you, this is my 3rd career. I worked 30 years in law enforcement. I also did 15 years in working with law enforcement on implicit bias. And then this is my 3rd career. And it fell into my lap, and it's awesome and I love it. But it's very interesting. And again, I don't want people to think that this is all grand and wonderful. People lost their lives. And I've met family members and I've met friends of the people who are no longer with us. And in one of our cases, the 3rd case, Janine Harms, she's still missing. Her body is still missing. And I have my own ideas about that case, but people lost their lives. And I think it's important that we put that out, that Silicon Valley looks good on paper, but in reality, when you talk about greed and you talk about ambition, you talk about power, you talk about wealth, sometimes it's not always for the best. And a lot of people want to achieve that, but really sometimes people lose their lives.
Is that one of the biggest takeaways that you want people to take from this series? It's not just about the crimes, but some of the people and even the culture behind them?
I think what I want people to understand, when typically over the last 30, 40 years, when we're watching the crime shows, we kind of focused a lot on lower socioeconomic communities, the drugs, the motorcycle gangs, the gangbangers, the crack, the cocaine, all these negative things. And so it builds the stereotype that that's where the murders occur. So then when people look at Silicon Valley, they go, oh, it's so nice. And I want to be there and I want to make a lot of money. I want to be a billionaire. But crime still occurs there. I worked for Palo Alto. People didn't lock their doors sometimes because they felt safe. The reality is crime doesn't have a zip code. It can happen in some of the wealthiest communities, and they will see that in all 6 of these episodes, that crime occurs in some of those highfalutin communities. The grass is not greener on the other side. We still have to take care of ourselves and take care of our families. I think people will enjoy it, though.
Sandra Brown, you are a wealth of knowledge. I want to thank you for joining me this morning. You can catch the Tech Bro Murders Tuesdays at 10 Eastern, 9 Central on ID with new episodes every week. And also you can check out episodes as they stream anytime after on HBO Max. Thanks, Sandra, for joining us this morning.
Thanks, Dan. Appreciate it.
Football season is here, and for a lot of us, the party starts long before kickoff. Tailgating or home gating is one of those traditions that bring people together with food, drinks, and plenty of team spirit. Joining me today with some fun and easy hacks to make game day gatherings stress-free and stylish is lifestyle expert Christina Daves. Welcome to the show, Christina. How are you?
Hey, it's great to be here. Thanks for having me.
All right, tailgating or some people call it home gating. It's become such a huge part of football season. What's your first go-to tip for making it like simple but yet still fun?
Yeah, I tell you, I love tailgating season. I love being with my friends, so I want to make it easy. So my go-to cocktail this season is called Carbless. Premium cocktail in a can. They have so many amazing flavors. There's something for everybody. We've got cranberry, mango, lemon lime, pineapple, black raspberry, watermelon, something everybody will love. What's really great about these is it's 0 sugar and 0 carbs. So you could have 1, 2, if it's a long tailgate, a few more. Remember to always be responsible when drinking alcohol. And the really great thing about this company is that it's a woman veteran-owned company. So we can really support small business, like we like to do here in this country. But Carbless, not only is it yummy and delicious, but it was started by an amazing woman.
And like drinks are always part of game day. What's another easy option that keeps things refreshing without a lot of hassle?
So you think about it, and where you are, it's hot. You can really get dehydrated. So you really want to feel hydrated and balanced on game day. So these are Sira packets, and these are available at the Vitamin Shop, which is the leading destination for lifelong wellness solutions. And that's exactly what these are. So the first one is our hydration packet. The Sira, you see how small it is? It can fit right in your pocket. It can go in your clear bag to take into the stadium. I can put them out at the tailgate so everybody can have them. But it's all your electrolytes, your magnesium, your potassium, your sodium. So everything you need, a little kick of vitamin C in here too, to help boost your immune system. And as I'm sure you know, whether you're tailgating or home gating, you're eating really yummy food that you probably don't eat all the time. So these are greens on the go. Same thing, just little packets that you mix in water. They're probiotics, they're fiber, they have organic fruits and vegetables. So you can feel really good. Your stomach will feel really good when you're putting all that extra yummy stuff in there too. But this will keep you hydrated and have you feeling really good and healthy. And you can get these at the Vitamin Shop brick and mortar stores or vitaminshop.com.
And I do love the setup. Do you have any tips for making it a little easier and better for us? Not the best at doing home spreads.
Yeah. Yes, I love the wow factor. So these are from High Camp Flasks. This is the Firelight flask. So your flask is in the middle. It's insulated. You're going to make your drink at home before you go to your tailgate, your home gate. Then this is all you need, because the top and the bottom are magnetic tumblers that attach to it. So no need for plastic cups. You don't need to bring a cooler. You have everything right here. And what I really love about them is this customization. So you see, I've got a football helmet on this one. I'm a hockey mom, so I've got the hockey one here. But you can go to their website, highcampflask.com, and see all the options for customizing it for you personally to go to your tailgates. Or if you host a tailgate, you might want to have some available special to your tailgate.
Christina, thanks for joining us today. For those that are wanting to check out some of these products or get more ideas, where should they go?
Yep. So more lifestyle tips at ChristinaDaves.com. You can learn about Carbless at drinkcarbless.com. Sira is at vitaminshop.com, and then highcampflasks.com for your flasks.
Christina, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks.
Thank you for tuning in and checking out New Mexico Rising. If you want to be on our show, email us at newmexicorising@gmail.com or visit our website at newmexicorising.com. Be sure to follow us on social media. That's at New Mexico Rising on Instagram and Facebook. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at New Mexico Rising. That was our show, New Mexico Rising. You take care, and we'll see you next week.